So for today's episode, we're going to actually have a look at Dragon Quest IV on the DS. This is a remake of the old Dragon Warrior on the NES back in the day. So looking back on Dragon Quest IV originally got released on the Famicom in 1990. The day this game got released in Japan, people were getting mugged for their copies. I remember reading that, like, kids were getting bullied and all that kind of stuff, so there was such a craze for Dragon Quest. There still is, but this was, just unheard of for a video game. Nobody had ever heard of people getting mugged for a video game. Well, maybe Grand Theft Auto. So in 1992, I finally got to play Dragon Quest IV, and that was retitled Dragon Warrior IV on the NES. It was a real departure for the series, because in the beginning, you didn't just start off as a party or finding party members. You played different chapters with different characters. So one chapter you play as a knight Ragnar, and you complete his quest to the end of that chapter. And then the next chapter you would play as a princess in a castle who's trying to get out and find her way in the world. So you play all these different quests with all these different characters. And at the end, what was really cool is all the characters would come together on one gigantic quest. Like, you got to experience all their different quests in the beginning, and then at the end you'd come together and actually do the main quest to defeat the main evil of the game or whatever. But it was really cool. It was the first time I'd seen that done in a role-playing game at that time. One funny thing I want to bring up, there was supposed to be a PlayStation 1 remake of Dragon Quest IV, of Dragon Warrior IV, and it never came. It was supposed to come out in 2002. I have the proof for this, because with Dragon Warrior 7, if you open it up, take out the instructions, flip the instructions around back, yeah, you can see that. Dragon Warrior 4 coming 2002. Well, it never came. But, it's 6 years later, and we have Dragon Quest IV on the DS. A quick review for me. Since I got this game, I already finished it on the NES back in the day. But since I got this game, I just cannot stop playing it. The graphics are upgraded from the original in a really, really nice way. The gameplay, there's a few gameplay tweaks in the fact that before, some of your party members were AI only, where now you can actually control them manually, so thank God for that. That's something obviously you'd want. So one thing I really like on this version 2 is a quick save feature. A quick save feature should be in every video game, but that's just my opinion. Imagine you're playing this game, you're on a bus, and you're about to get to the final dungeon, the final boss. Your bus, you're about to get off, you can't really stop it or anything like that. Just quick save it. Boom. You're off the bus. 10 minutes, 20 minutes later, you can start up again wherever you were at. I love that feature. I think that's just so damn cool. So I just wanted to show you guys this. This is me in a town, and this is actually scrolling around so you can see the top and bottom screens there. That's really, really cool. Really nice way to navigate. It's a great way to get through dungeons as well. Just because you can see actually ahead of you, what's coming up a little bit better. So a note about the graphics. The graphics actually look like the PlayStation 1 remake that, I mentioned before that we never got. It really, really looks exactly the same. I think built on the same engine there. So with the, Dragon Warrior 4, we had the bleeps and blurps of the good old Dragon Quest music. And then if you've ever been a fan of the CDs, they've done orchestrated versions of that. So I've actually listened to all the versions of Dragon Quest IV over the years, and I've really liked them all, even from the original. And with Dragon Quest IV, they've done a really, really stellar job of translating those songs once again. You won't be disappointed if you're a fan of the original. They're upgraded. Of course, they're not symphonic because it is on a DS cartridge, but it's a very, very good translation. Yeah, another few things in here. You can turn up your battle music, your audio volume, your battle speed, all that kind of stuff. So that's a really handy thing. Actually, that's another thing I'll note as well. I think is really good is turning up the battle speed. So you can just blast through a few battles. Like you don't have to, be making these long affairs. You can just get through them. I like that, especially since I've already played the game before. I want to get through battles as fast as possible. Yeah, another thing I want to mention is, I might as well just bring it up. My favorite character in the original NES version of Dragon Warrior was Tulum. Now he's like a traveling merchant, and there's a really cool bit in Dragon Quest IV that I absolutely love. And as I say, you play as Tulum, Tornico in the Japanese version, and you run your own store, and you actually get to sell your own weapons and stuff like that. It's a really cool part of the game. I really liked it. It's pretty old school, but I still think people nowadays can get a kick out of it. So another thing I should bring up is this is not the only Dragon Quest game we're getting. We're also getting a remake of number 5 and number 6. Those are to be announced, but they are in the works and they are coming. So that's another thing to get excited about. I've never played through 5 all the way through, and I would really like to do that. 6, I played a lot of the Japanese version. There was a translated version out there for a little bit, but it was, at that time, it was only half translated, so I kind of quit playing. But I can't wait to play really a lot more into those, because I think I've spent more time playing Dragon Quest 1 to 4. Number 5 and 6 kind of got lost in translation in the sense that they never came here. But now, with these remakes, there's no reason why everybody can't play them. I think there's a real reason to get excited to be able to play all these games again, upgraded on the DS, on the go. So Dragon Quest IV, it's not a long game. It's about 30 hours, 30 to 40 hours depending on what you want to do in it. It's an absolute classic. It was a classic on the Famicom, on the NES, on the remake that we never got. But it is a classic that you can now absolutely play on the DS. And I really highly recommend this game. It is an old school role-playing game. So, I've said it before, you'll have lots and lots of battles. But if you can look past that and you're a fan of the old school NES version or Famicom version, and you just want to, or maybe you just like old role-playing games, definitely give it a shot. There's a lot of great stuff this game has to offer. The music is really good, the storyline is really good. It's really cool following each character's storyline, and especially when they all come together at the end. That's a very fulfilling type of game for me. And I've been playing the heck out of this game. I'm going right to the end of this, without a doubt. I'm actually pretty close to the end right now, so give it a shot. Until next time.